What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to another recap of another episode of Sons of Anarchy. And we had some fun this time, y'all. We went to Fun Town.
Oh, boy, did we.
Hi, Maud, sister.
Maud Afro Mama in the building.
Please follow Miss Maud Afro Mama if you do not already. Have you subscribed? That was just for you, sister. And I appreciate you coming to support, knowing you don't rock with this. But if you did rock with this, you'd rock with this. That's all I'm gonna say. Because this episode did not disappoint. Now we starting to get into some things, and it's the third episode in. And yet Kirk said he did not know the flow of this until episode 6 or 7. But like I said, he had the flow from the get-go. He was just underestimating himself.
Yeah.
Yes. So we went to Fun Town this week, and a lot of stuff happened, and some deep stuff happened. So the things we're about to be talking about tonight, y'all, please be advised, trigger warning, because the things we will be talking about in this episode tonight are very sensitive subjects. So, so we have met some newcomers to this episode, and one of those newcomers that we would get to is this crazy mug right here that we just learned about. Who's crazy very much. And some other interesting things happen. So let's get into it.
Oh, get your drink ready.
Let me take one right now. So yeah, there's a festival going on, and we learned that Elliot Oswald is coming to the festival. The boys meet and run into him, and they end up having some serious business with him this episode. So Oswald is what is he exactly?
I think he's like some type of real estate mogul or something.
He yeah, that's right, because he doing those property deals that hopes don't get taken care of. Yes, so Monique,
you can tell he's a little bit of
hey girl, hey. Yes, say hi to Monique.
He's a little bit of a snake. I can already see it coming.
You know what, Mimi? You may have not been here for the first episode. We really got into it and the second episode. We got into it about Tara when we first talked about it, and yeah, she's a mess.
Yeah, she's gonna have to join the replay gang and go back.
Because girl, they lit her up. I tried to save her, but then I realized, you know what? Maybe this time around I don't like as much as I thought I did. Thanks to
She came across sweet and innocent.
Where's Ellen V at?
Look, she came across sweet and innocent in the beginning, and then it seemed as though she was picking up on Gemma's habits, but in all actuality, she was more like Gemma from the beginning than we were led to believe.
Okay, I want to defend her because she did not want that life. Gemma would die, no pun intended, for that life. And, well, I guess we can't talk because that happens too. So,
but what I mean is, even though Gemma was all about that life, and she wasn't, in ways they were both equally manipulative.
First of all, who's ganging up on mine? And yes, very manipulative. And so I just think that they they both are very protective of their family, just
Yeah.
in different ways. Okay, let's just say that. Well, we'll
Yeah.
say Gemma a different way because she's a whole different type of broad and breed.
Most definitely. They broke the mold when they made her.
I'm like with you the 21st time. So yeah, let's just dive into this sensitive subject because we just got to get through this. So Oswald meets up with the sons because something happened to his doll at Funtown. Dina, won't you say it? Because you are much better with words of what happened.
So she was SA'd and left beaten in the woods somewhere.
Yes. And wasn't that one of those things that happened like right before they showed her beating in the woods right before it rolled the credits? Intro
Yeah.
credits.
Yeah.
That's how Sons of Anarchy do. They give you a moment and then they do the intro credits. That's what I really liked about this show too. So, anyways,
Yeah.
Oswald's daughter. Trying to find where I have my picture of Oswald. I guess he didn't make the cut. But Oswald's daughter, Tristan. So she's in the hospital and the parents are acting like she can't remember nothing. So Hale, who's trying to get in front of things because his daddy, so I never even remember that Hale's daddy ever showed up at all in this show. So Hale goes and sees his daddy, and daddy doesn't want the property to be sold that Oswald has. And they knew right from the get-go when Oswald probably went to Sam Crow for help. Because they said that it's like he's probably gonna be in with Sam Crow asking for help, and if they get a hold of him for it's gonna be a problem. So so they already knew what Sam Crow was about. They knew it before it happened. And that's what basically ended up happening because
right, but they wanted to hide it. They really wanted to hide the whole story. That was part of their problem. They didn't want her identified like that. They didn't want the whole town talking about it, and her being so young, having that carry throughout her whole life. I mean, we get to that later on when the mom has a talk with Gemma. And so, but I think he wanted to keep it hush hush because he's a prideful man and he doesn't want people going around saying that his daughter was tainted or anything. And then also on the court end of it, we all know that, when you put young victims on the stand, they're not the most credible witnesses sometimes. People get off on technicalities, and a couple more days, the person who actually did it might have left town, and then they're just out there doing this to other people. So you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of moving pieces of why I want to be able to handle this. And maybe he felt like he couldn't protect his daughter in the beginning, and he wants to do something to end this thing so she can say that her daddy was there to protect her. But in the environment that she was in, you would consider yourself to be safe, but anything can happen at any time. But I think her daddy got pride going on. I think he feels he didn't protect her. And the mama just wanted to go away because, they probably high society and she don't want, it's like I said, it's a bunch of moving pieces of why they want the sons to take care of it before it gets out. But Charming's a small town. Everybody gonna know anyway, but they acting like, their population ain't 2,000 or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, and plus it's about money because, it's a money thing too. The power.
Yeah, you don't want that crime rate on your area while you trying to say that again. Say that again.
I said the men want these properties by Oswald's dad really bad, and it's only 2 properties. So just 2 properties is that much to you?
Well, not only that, just the cost of property in the town. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it in other shows and in real life that they want to keep crime at a certain area so the property value goes up and they can, flip a buck or two. And then in some of the lower poverty areas, they want the crime rate to go up and up and up so people will move out or feel some type of way. The property value goes down, they buy it up, gentrify it, and then they keep the crime out and sell it for 2 or 3 times more than what they pay for it. It's a process. So that's why you notice a lot of times they say they don't want this in Charmin. They don't want that in Charmin. They don't want the ATF and the DEA and all that stuff coming to Charmin, is because they're trying to, protect the charming image.
Right. So I guess that's safe to say. So yeah, so this is actually the picture of where she is actually talking to Gemma, because Gemma was slick. She had passed by them on the way through the hospital and she was eavesdropping and heard them talking. And that was when Hale was just trying to get some information out of Oswald. And so he at that point knew. Hale at that point knew that he was working with the Sons because he didn't have nothing to give them.
And not only that, Gemma put 2 and 2 together when she walked through the hospital and she saw him talking to Hale, and then, or no, she saw the mama yelling at Hale to stay away from her daughter, and then she saw, remember, because she met them when they was at Funtown too. Yeah. And so then when she saw Jax talking to the daddy, she put it all together.
Cold word. So then Gemma goes and finds. Do I have that picture? I don't think so. So then Gemma goes out and finds the mama, and she tells the mama, lets her know. She talked to the girl. I know what you're going through. But the fact that she was like, you can't put that burden on your daughter. Believe me, I know. But that's the exact thing you are actually doing to Jax right now. You are putting your decisions on your daughter, your son. That's what makes it so messed up. How are you going to tell this woman that and you doing that exact same thing right now?
But I do believe, as we see in several seasons later, I do believe that Gemma has been through a lot and she has buried it down deep inside of her, and that's why she's as jacked up as she is.
Right. Hold on. What she said? What I'm trying to say, you said, yeah, you can't bury the truth. Because mad it's a burden. You never want to put that on your kid. Yeah, that burden. And that's exactly what she's trying to figure out to make Jax do with Clay. Like, ugh.
Yeah, she was using that reverse psychology like a mug.
Yeah. Okay, so now the boys go and have some fun at the fun town. So they go to the fun town looking for the dude that they think, essayed the daughter. And so they go and have a nice good old brawl.
Well, no, you have to wait. They went twice now. They went the first time
twice.
And they didn't get no information.
Yep.
And then they had to go talk to Darby, and he gave them that man's information, and they busted in on a Bible study. And then they went, then after Gemma got her to talk, then the mama told the daddy, and then the daddy told the sons. Then they went back and had a party.
Then they had there was actually 2 different bras they had on this last episode. They had a good one the first time. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get to that. They also had that bra when the picture I showed earlier, they bust up in on the pastor.
Right. Interrupting Bible
That's
study.
what they went looking for the dude to the other dude to find, the other lead that they had. And that was from the dude that had a record.
Right.
That who ended up giving up that information?
Darby.
Was it Darby?
Yeah,
Okay.
remember because
Well,
he was at the hospital and Gemma called and told them where Darby was, and then they was outside smoking a cigarette when they rolled up on him right there. Yeah.
yep. And so I love how the camera got make sure they get this, showing off
Mm-hmm.
his work he had got done. I'm guessing he got that done when he was in Chino.
He did, and he said that he was trying to protect himself, although those those thoughts align with the majority of his thoughts, as you can see from the was it the first or the second episode when he was using the N word like it was somebody's first
So
name or something.
he was throwing
He
that
was,
around like an accessory.
exactly okay. Just here, you get it in, you get it in, we all get it in, but so yeah, those thoughts align with maybe he's not as extreme as the group that he aligned himself with, but folks will do something strange to have protection in prison. So I ain't 100% mad at him. Everybody, to my knowledge, as they say on the street, makes some type of alignment that they may or may not be proud of while they locked up to survive.
I mean, true. So when they had went to go bust up on the pastures, before that we see them coming back to
Get the guns.
the clubhouse, and they're looking, and Tig comes in looking for juice and the guns. So he sees the bag on the table and he runs right back out in a hurry. So then the camera cuts over to Juice on the floor, laid out unconscious for whatever activity he has been partaking in since he's been home alone. You can't trust him to do nothing by himself.
Mm-mm.
So he had passed out, and I thought something like was seriously wrong with him. I remember when I first saw that episode, I thought something was seriously wrong with Juice. That yeah. So then we come to find out he just laid out, and this is what you do when you get caught doing dirty on the job.
Well, he got issues. He got mad issues, and they'll come to play in seasons on down the line. But this will not be the last attempt.
He's always doing something crazy and insane throughout this entire series. And I can't wait
Mm-hmm.
to get more into the seasons to what he is really all about. It was all fun and games at first when the first 2 seasons, 3 seasons maybe. But the rest of those seasons, it's
Mm-hmm.
not a good one for Juice. And his whole storyline through this whole entire series is one of my favorite characters. That's why, even though he done some grimy stuff later on, Juice is one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah, he
I
keeps it
love
definitely entertaining.
him very much. And he cute. Theo Rossi's character was cute in this too. Theo Rossi cute, period. Anywho. So I just wanted to point out why they called Tig the most violent of the whole members. So when they got in that brawl, he did a Mike Tyson on him. He bit that man's ear off or around his.
Yeah, I fast forwarded through that part.
Girl, I forgot this happened.
Yeah, he is definitely a beast. But like a lot of times too, it's like if you watched it before or you kind of know that this is one of those where good, even though they got their own evil moments, but good is always going to prevail over the evil. I got to fast forward through some of the fight scenes or war
I
scenes
love
or
the fight scenes. I'm gonna say why, but baby, I am with you. Yes, I
yeah.
feel the same way, and it's actually one of the only times I really feel bad for this person in
Mm-hmm.
the series. I don't want to say that till we get there, but
Yeah. Until we get
yes,
into it.
I know what you mean. Yes, I don't. Yeah. But I see why, though, and I can when we talk about that, remind me of this moment. I love Jutsu. He's one of my favorite. Yes, he is just awesome, period. I love them all because Tig get too. How you feel about Tig, Dita?
Well, he weird.
No, he gets weird at the end.
No,
Like,
I mean he took from day. I mean, like for
I
for
can't wait
for I'm gonna just call everybody vanilla chocolate on the screen. So for some vanilla chocolate, you know, he's a handsome looking man and he's got some swag about him, but he's still weird.
he's very weird and very
Mm,
violent. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't the type of man. You know, like if this was like a real life situation and I had heard all of the war stories of Tig, I would not be trying to drop no draws for him because, you know, I got a loud mouth and he ain't finna be beating on me. So, you know what I'm saying? No, ma'am. You know, I'd be like, yeah, girl, he handsome. But I don't even want to be a one night stand, you know, and he probably a Gemini too. So that's even worse.
Gemini's ain't for you, Dina.
Highly not recommended.
Dang, you know, I never really think about, and I like astrology and stuff, but I never really think about, you know, a person's of zodiac sign and how we relate. That's one thing I've never asked anyone. What's your sign? That dang, I'm just not realizing that.
Yeah, I tried it twice. 25 something, 30 years apart. It still didn't work. Neither time with neither person. So highly not recommended. 0 stars.
Well, geez, okay. Well, I'll try to remember that. Okay, baby, you just like everybody. You're a crow eater, BB. You're a crow eater, honey. I like you because I am too.
I do like Opie's look. You know what I'm saying? That he looked like he a big old bear protector type person. You know what I'm saying? I would not hesitate to walk down a dark alley with him.
And that sucks because of how we did not see Opie at all in last night's episode.
Right. That's because Donna got him locked up in the house. He can't go nowhere.
Just saying.
Clink.
Clink, just saying. Yes.
He then got out of one prison and went home to another.
You know what? Yes. You know what? I've never even thought about that for him. That's so for real. Truly, Geminis are too much. Their emotions are all over the place.
See, it's already 2 of them in there, right? Then you introduce the extras and you start to create multiple people. So you could have 4, 6, 8, 12. You don't know who you waking up with.
Oh my, that's too bad. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, I bet you we need to Google it. When is Tig's birthday? I bet you he a Gemini. Not the actual actor's birthday, but the character.
You know, and I said that not always, but I did realize that one time, and it didn't come back into my head until just now when you said that. No one celebrates a birthday on this show. This is not a happy birthday type of show, I guess. But it's never no one's birthday in this show, ever.
No, because they did the wedding.
But I'm talking about strictly birthday celebration.
I know that's why I'm thinking in my mind of party events, and I don't recall.
Nope.
I don't even know why they had the reason for the party when they kidnapped the Asian dude. They was having a party that night, but I don't remember what it was for. But you're right. They didn't. All parties was club related. Like, you know, everybody came back safely from a drug run or something. They didn't have no birthday parties.
Nope. Never.
That's crazy.
That's funny. That is. It really truly is. So Oswald ends up going to the Sons because they made some type of agreement, him and Clay. And he says, you know, he'll forget about whatever in exchange for them helping him find the man that has saved his daughter. So when they finally get a hold of the man, they bring him to Oswald. And this was what Oswald was attempting or about to do and did not do it. If y'all can see that he was about to rip how to say this intelligently, take the family jewels off of him. We'll just say it like that. We'll take the family jewels off of him. And Oswald Punktail didn't even go through with it. He couldn't even do it. He dropped the knife right there in the dirt and just walked away. Like a punk. Like all of that. All of this. This is all you want. I thought this is what you wanted, Oswald. And he couldn't even do it.
I know. It was sad.
You went through all of this just to not even do it. And so Clay, being the beast that he is, I guess you could say, he right then and there grabbed the knife and grabs the knife and does the work himself. Not before he put on a glove. And he ends up taking the family jewels off of this man. Okay? And so now they drop to the floor, and I wouldn't dare take a picture of that and display that.
I just want y'all to know I am right. I went to the Sons of Anarchy fandom, and they said, which zodiac sign are you based on the Sons of Anarchy birthday chart? And it says Gemini. Tig Traeger. I told you. Toxic ass. Told you.
I am so touched.
Yep.
No, you didn't. I knew you was doing something fishy over there because you was quiet.
They don't call me the detective for nothing.
Oh my goodness.
I earned my title. What? I am the undisputed detective and the undisputed receipt queen.
I'm done. You're right. Okay. So back
I deserve to pour me another shot. My bad.
You deserve everything you need, honey. Yes. That man wasn't going to do that. No, he didn't. Exactly. But
Punch
you know
out.
what? I thought he would have. That's his daughter. All that rah you was doing toward her not knowing nothing and trying to keep it a secret. You ain't had that same energy for the man who did it.
Right.
Period.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. Because that's like, when you say, oh, I'm going to beat you up at 3 o'clock. I'm going to beat you up at 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock come and you then went home early sick. And then called your mama to come get you.
Oh, my goodness. But yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what you said. And when I saw it, I wasn't but loud. I'm like, but I was like, what? Like,
I turned my head on that one too.
The show was really freaking. Third episode, we cutting off family jewels and dropping them in the dirt and showing it. And then he told us to box them up. He said, pick them up and box them up. Like, what you about? You about to send somebody? I don't remember.
Maybe he gonna give one to half sack. I'm sorry. It just came out. Oh, okay. Let me start behaving. I've only had 2 shots. I need to stop.
I am done. I cannot. That is too damn much. Okay. But yeah, he could have been nice. It would have been a nice little treat for him. He wouldn't know what to do with him or what to do next. He don't even know how to stuff a deer's head or what stuff it with.
Yeah, but later on, don't he go get himself fixed? Or was thinking about it?
I don't know. It's a conversation piece. I doubt it because he loved just dropping his drawers. If he loved dropping his drawers that much, he ain't worried about fixing it.
Hmm.
I doubt he want to do that. Period. So yeah. So then Clay, like I said, Clay tells him to box the balls up, and he picks up the knife and keeps the prints on it. Jax was pissed. He was like, "Oh, you knew this was gonna happen all along. You knew he was gonna chicken out." And Clay did. He devious. He a beast. Yeah, he did. He do, and he was right. But hey, what's the harm? So now Clay is about to hold over his head them two pieces of property because, like he said, if the property comes into play, that means it's going to be more commercial and charming, and the more commercial it is, the more cops and politicians there is, and they ain't got time for that in charming.
Right.
They ain't got time. Sam Crow ain't got time for that. They trying to stay away from them. So charming is their city. They ain't trying to let them run it. Like Clay said, that's old white money. He said that's old white money right there. So now there's white money and old white money. I guess there's a difference. I didn't know. White money and old white money.
Well, like old white money, you talking about the for my age, it's like the Rockefellers, the Kennedys, you know what I'm saying, the Bushes, people that got that lineage of money. And then you got white money, people who have actually gotten money, let's say within the last 50 years or so, or whatnot. And then, like old white money is like 100+ years money.
Mm-hmm. I get you. Okay, that makes sense. I can dig it. Okay. So a funny thing that was too funny to me. Please let me have a picture of this. And I do. Good Lord. So when Jax, they're getting ready to go try to, meet up with Oswald in the beginning, they send Half Sack to go follow Hale. Because, Hale was trying to stop. Remember, they just had them security guards. I don't know what Tig put in their coffee, but Tig something put in their coffee, and they just knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dang, now y'all drugging cops?
Mm-hmm. And slashing tires.
Yes, and slash Hale's tires, so Jack couldn't follow him from the hospital. Yup. I'm like, this is what we doing? So yeah, so when Half Sack went to go follow Hale, this is Half Sack's bike.
Mm-hmm. And I remember when they seen him at the hospital or wherever they was, Clay was like, "Do I want to know?" They was like, "Nope."
Like, no, you don't.
And he rolling it too, like he got a brand new 2000 and whatever Harley.
Yes. But no one big could be on that. So it's just perfect film. I mean, the way that it looked, you would think he would look bigger on it. I wonder if it probably is a bigger bike. And they just cut the scene. Because that cannot possibly be this.
I think so.
Oh no.
Well, you know how people look bigger than what they really are in certain scenes and angles and stuff? He really just may not be that big. Like, for real. Like, I used to think T.I. and Lil Wayne was big until I stood next to him, and I'm taller than him.
Well, T.I.
But on TV, they look big. Till you put them next to a big object.
T.I. and who?
And Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne looked like he's small. He looked like he's small.
But I'm just saying, like back then, the way they used to do the videos and the angles and everything.
Well, of course, every man wants to appear bigger.
Yeah.
You know they got them tricks and trades to make that look.
Exactly. So for us, Hashtag may appear like he's bigger, like, in the different angles that they show him until, like, say he only like 5'8" and he look normal size around everybody else till you put him next to somebody who's 6'2".
True. True that. I guess you're right. Yeah. But damn. But T.I. I would have thought was tall.
You're not that tall.
Disappointment all the way around. They look like
When he
leprechauns.
still got a bird cage for his chest.
Shame. Leprechaun. Well, 'tis the season, BB. 'Tis the season. So
Yeah, he only 5'8".
Say what?
He only 5'8".
So another thing that happened was Tara went to see Wendy, and they had a rather different exchange. So Wendy's out of detox, good for her. And Jack tells her you gotta go to rehab. Like you ain't got no choice.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
There's about to be problems, and you don't want none because I'm being nice. He even told Gemma not to call her a junkie. He was like, "Don't call her that, Mom." See, he's so sweet. Jackson's so sweet. That's why he is just love. He's all about the fantasy, baby.
All about the service. All about the service.
All about it. All about it. So yeah, so they're talking, Wendy and Tara, and they're just and Tara's trying to figure out. She wants some answers. Is Gemma the one who slipped her that Mickey?
Mm-hmm.
And she ain't really giving it up.
She already knows. She just wants the evidence, which I don't know why she wants the evidence or a confession or proof or whatever, because she already knows.
Jackson tell him and lets him know that he has a horrible mom.
But he already know what time it is too. Everybody knows what it is. They don't want to speak on it. They don't want to deal with it. Like she said, sweep it under the rug. Everybody knows what time that it really is. They just ain't saying nothing.
True. That's true. But she knew it all though. But that girl knew everything. But let's go back to that, because even how slick Gemma was, like, why you really did that poor little girl dirty. Hi, I'm a friend of your mom. She told me what happened.
She did that for Jax. I told you she put that together. She knew what time it was. And I don't think that glass was that thick where she couldn't hear what was going on, because the camera was showing the conversation from inside where Gemma was, and you could hear them talking. So I'm sure Gemma heard them, Jack say, I need some information. You know what I'm saying? I can't help you if we don't know this person. The lead we had was a bust. It wasn't, them. Yada yada, whatever. So Gemma said, I'm gonna help my son, and put all the pieces together and realized she needed to get that girl to remember. She probably has her own past trauma and maybe wish somebody would have reached out to her the same way to get the information out or whatever. And she used that. She went in there. She got the information that Jax and them needed so they can go do what they do. Gemma is going to be down for her son and down for the club.
Oh, yeah, of course. What is she gonna be down for? That bitch ain't got nothing else to be down
without even being asked to help. You know what I'm saying?
So
she took it upon herself.
Yeah, she been not a crow eater. That's one thing about Gemma. She was never a crow eater. She was always an old lady. She never had to go through that phase of making her way up. She was always that lady. And that's just kind of the same thing with Tara. Tara had never been a crow eater before she became Jackson's old lady. And so it's like, that's something of them that are the same. And maybe, Gemma sees that maybe she can have just as much influence, because she's got to think, once Jackson's the president and she's his old lady, she kind of, takes Gemma's spot, so to speak. This is a girl
and Gemma trying to keep Clay in the spot as long as possible. She knows it's gonna have to get handed down to Jax, but I don't know. It's kind of like she the queen and she gonna be 130 before she die because she don't want to give up the throne. You know.
True that. Mm-hmm. So I guess there's a lot of, they are similar in a lot of ways, just differently. It's kind of like when a mother loves a child. I love them equally but differently. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. So, they have a lot of similarities, and some of hers are for good and some of hers are for bad.
She in love with him? Well,
yeah.
in a certain way, she is in love with him.
We talked about that. Even though she has Clay, she's got some sick fascination with her son. Like, she can have all the men in the world, but she don't want her son to have nobody. That's just weird.
Yeah. It ain't mommy issues, it's son issues. Because she the one with him. Which is weird. Like, I really, and that's what kind of makes it a little creepy about her. That's the only thing, really. Like, how can you be disinvolved in your son's life and care so much about the woman he's with, or making sure he ain't with any woman? But they have kids. She'll like them when they got the kid. But as soon as the kid comes out, like, you're no longer needed. You no longer want it. Like, go away.
You were just a body, a host, a surrogate.
I've got my children who are going to carry on this legacy. You're not needed anymore. You did your part. Goodbye. You are the listening. So, so that's how I kind of feel that Gemma treats them. And he thought he could, just dispose them. And I think that's why we end up seeing her and Tara's relationship change, because she's like, okay, maybe she can hang. But Tara had to admit that she was still that bitch too. That she said that she wasn't no more. But so that mine's back.
Maud is probably over there so lost, talking about who's Tara, who's Gemma.
How long you been there? Ladies, isn't it funny that it turns out to be just like Opie's wife? Yo! You blew me away just now, BB. I never came home for me. Dang, yes. Yes. She definitely did. She tried harder to get away from it. Dang.
She even snatched up the kids and moved to wherever.
Yep. It's too much. Yeah, she tried to change them. But so at this point, it was funny how Wendy and Tara, when they was talking, Tara's trying to find out, what Gemma did, but all she can is be like, look at us, two women that love Jax, or two women that Jax loves. One of the two, she said. But that's all she could be having on her mind at this moment. That's all she sees Tara as at this moment, I feel. Jax is the girl Jax really is in love with, and that ain't me.
I'd have been looking like, this is the chick that saved my son. This is the chick that saved my life. Like, it just makes it think like, here I am knocking on death's door, and all I'm thinking about is who this man loved. Like, come on now. I mean, I don't know what kind of magic stick he got, but if I'm knocking on death's door, I'm not thinking about the magic stick, unless it's gonna send me back to Earth.
Well, she don't care. She finally out of detox. She feeling like she's Superwoman right now, anyway. So she on one herself at this moment. She's finally alert, and she's probably pissed. She knows she ain't gonna be able to see her son. Gemma told her that. Period.
Well, they took her to see him.
Shadow on him, I'll come back to finish the job.
Yeah, but they took her to see him.
True. And that should have been a nice moment, seeing her and him both in the room, but it was just the most messed up moment, period. She's just sitting here crying in shame, which she should be. And he's, you know, more calm than any other man I know would be. You know, he'd probably be trying to, you know what I'm saying? But he's just nice and calm and just there for her, basically. He
It's funny
tried,
how
right.
he can be. It's like in certain moments, Jax has his eyes on the prize, and then other moments he's out of control. Like when he beat the dude up for selling her the drugs in the first episode, I think, or second episode or whatever. So it's like his maturity level is not in balance. Is like 50-50 right now. Like certain situations, okay, I can't act a fool in this hospital. My son is in this incubator. You know, we in the NICU, blah blah blah, whatever. I ain't gonna act a fool. But then when he steps out of certain confines, it's like his logical to illogical ratio isn't working or something, or he turns it off because he beat that man senseless and stabbed him in the family jewelry. So, you know what I'm saying? And he was out of control in that moment. But then, you know, hours before or hours after, he's so calm and peaceful. So you know that there's like this rage inside. And when it gets tapped into, it's kind of crazy. But it's like he can control it in some instances, but he can't 100% control it.
Oh yeah, he suffers with that, and he knows that he does. I think that's one of his worst things he may probably feel about himself, because he catches himself a lot after he does these things at some point, and he's like, I have to do that, you know, I have to go off like that. Because you see him always trying to, in the beginning right now, trying to choose a different way, a different path of the club where it don't gotta be bloodshed. That's not what he wants, but that clearly is the way that is going right now. So, and that's something, you know, John Teller didn't want. JT did not want that. So he's struggling with reading his JT journal and still being led by the man that is in his life, so to speak. He's just now learning the man that his dad that's not with him now was really. So it's like a confliction for him.
Yep. I believe it.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
BB says Jax is very bipolar, maybe a sociopath. Well, I mean, you got Gemma as a mama, so you know I ain't
Well, you
surprised
gonna
at
grow up
nothing.
something. Grew up to screw up. So
Mm-hmm.
that's basically what happened. He grew up a screw up. So what can he do? He's just got to take it. But hey, it is what it is, and you see how that progressed as far as it goes at some point. So it's like it is what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's kind of messed up. But it's about to be like really, really bad soon before it gets any better, because
Right.
you know, this month, oh, I do not like these episodes when he is here. It is crazy.
Oh
And
yeah, the FBI agent, he causes a shitstorm.
man, yes. And that's crazy. But we know after, see, I can't even
Right,
say
right. We
this
don't. For
without
those
giving
that haven't
that
seen, you
away.
got to
I
jump
want
on it and watch. And you know, we'll talk. We do talk a little bit about here and there, but nothing major. You know that major
to, yeah,
spoilers or anything like that. So yeah,
I
we
want
just
to
don't
go
have
in
to wait and
order.
see.
So I don't want to jump the gun, but it's hard to not talk about what happens, because we're talking about look at how things look now and
Mm-hmm.
knowing how things, you know, end
And do
up.
you notice that you
Like,
notice? Oh, hey, Kamisha in the building. Do you notice that you see different things this time? You pick up on different nuances, like stuff laying on the tables or the chairs, or you know what I'm saying? Like you see different things now too. It's like because you know something's gonna happen, so now you kind of like looking around the whole screen, like what's out of place? What do I need to pick up on? What's gonna tie into something later on down the line. That's what I be seeing. And then, you know, I'm always picking up a new conversation like, man, I must have missed that conversation and went to the bathroom or something when I watched it the first time.
yes. And you know, my favorite thing is you always see what's it? Oh God, the homeless girl. The homeless girl.
Yes.
Right, is you know something's about to happen when the homeless girl appears in the episode, and I always I like
That
when I
homeless
see
girl
her, but then I don't.
is the what's the angel of death or whatever? What's the one that wears the cloak and has the little thing? Then they always talking about death knocking on your door or whatever. She just got on different clothes because every time she pop up, something happened to somebody.
Yeah, that's the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what we have behind us.
Yeah, I just couldn't think of the actual name. I said Angel of Death. I couldn't get the other name.
I thought the Angel of Death and the Grim Reaper were two different people.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it.
I thought about that. Look, now look that up.
Right.
Are the Angel of Death and the Grim Reaper the same person? Because I never even thought of that. Never. It can't be. I've never associated the two before, ever. Is it?
Hold on. Hold on.
Wendy still look messed up though.
Somebody asked, is the Grim Reaper also called the Angel of is the same? And it says the Grim Reaper is also called the Angel of Death. However, there are many angels that are associated with death in both a positive and negative context. So there you go. We were both right.
Oh, well, look at that. We both get a point.
All right. Look, I'm working on 2 shots. I ain't even got my first shot for being right because I ain't got up.
Oh, so what else? That would double. A personification of death.
For myself, a double shot.
So I said he met the Grim Reaper a decade later. I never. Damn, yeah, it is a whole skeleton. I don't know why I've never realized that, but yep. Oh my God! Don't jump the gun too quick, baby. Oh, I don't want him in my head yet. I do not want him in my head yet. No, Potter. We'll get to Potter. I ain't interested in Potter.
Okay, hold on.
He still lurks in the Mayans as we speak right now, and I'm so ready for that to come back. Asia, Arabic, Israel, or Azra. In Islam, the angel of death who separates souls from their bodies. He is one of the 4 archangels with Jibril. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you, Mama Love. Thank you. Got it. Okay, well, damn. I never even thought further on that ever before. Wow. I feel like somebody needs to do a presentation on that in high school and get math points. You get your double shot?
Got me a double shot.
Good for
my 2 points.
Go, girl. Go Stars. Go Stars for you.
Woo!
Feel better?
I want platinum stars. I don't want gold.
Get the blood going. And so now Agent Cone don't got the papers on. We saw him have one on Tara. We saw him have one on Jax. And we saw him have one on Clay. Did he have any papers on any of the others? I don't remember. Did he have them all? Those are just the ones they showed. I didn't really see how many papers the man had handed him.
Looked like he had a lot.
Well, he probably had the whole thing. Yeah, he did because he had to, because remember he ended up going to Hale, and him and Hale meet up for the first time together. And he's like, "Hi, I'm such and such. And I was just wanting to talk to you." And then he said something concerning the Sons of Anarchy. And then that's when he was like, well, welcome to Charming. So
Mm-hmm.
Hale think he don't struck gold, and gold just don't fell in his lap, and the gold's
Right,
name,
like he got backup or something.
yeah. So he's really excited to get the ball rolling because he's trying to just wipe out the Suns like by any means necessary.
But the crazy thing about it is, I don't know why Hale is so hell bent on thinking he's this one little old assistant deputy, whatever his title is.
He
I
feels
know he's
he
waiting to be chief.
me.
Yeah, I
That's
know
period.
I
And he
get that.
started
But
acting that
even as chief, right? The other people there are on the payroll. Like the black guys on the payroll. What's his name? The current chief. I forget his name. Munzer, yeah, he's on the payroll. Just because he quit don't mean he can't give them insight on how to run game on the current police. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the police is on the payroll. So I don't know how you think, like, yes, he did get excited because this guy was there. But even if he was the chief of police, you would have to fire your whole entire police force because some of these people probably been going to school, high school, college, whatever, or was back with the Sons of Anarchy when Jackson Daddy was getting out of high school. You know what I'm saying? So you think you this one person that's gonna come in and change the world? That's like me saying my little $100 I'm about to donate to the Feed Africa Fund is gonna stop world hunger.
But he think he doing something because you got to remember, Hale's father is a politician, and he feel like he got clout up in here, and he just think he just about to be that guy, the chief anyway.
And 97.867% of politicians is dirty.
Well,
his daddy might be on the payroll too.
But he knows his dad is dirty. You see how disgusted he looked at his dad himself?
Yeah.
When they tried to tell him to find the dude before Sam Crow do? They was already feeling some type of way.
Right.
So they ain't gonna feel no different. I mean, it is what it is.
Period. I know. I'm just saying, I don't know where he's, and don't get me wrong, I'm not diminishing the fact that he wants to clean up his town. I'm just saying that the way they painted the character as I am this one person who's going to take down this biker gang when he could come up in a meat freezer at any given moment because you in the way. It's not 30 of y'all in the way. It's just one of y'all in the way. You could have a bad hunting accident. You know what I'm saying? The brakes in your cruiser could go out.
Could. It definitely could. Period. But I don't know. He just, people grow up like that all their life thinking they just this high and mighty, and then you put them in a position where they got a little bit of power. You're the assistant, deputy, whatever. So you feel like you got some power, and you feeling some type of way, and you feeling yourself. Now you just that much of an asshole that you grew up to be times 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to think you big and bad, and you got these other dudes riding around on Harleys thinking they own the city that you supposed to be protecting. You feeling some type of way, and they your arch nemesis at this point. So that's how Hale is looking at them. And they just looking at him as a distraction. It's more serious to him than it is to them. Sam Crow don't care about it. Sam Crow ain't stunting Hale.
No, because one monkey don't stop no show.
Exactly. And that's all Hale is to them. Just a little distracted. They're just about to flick out the way. I mean, think about it. They send Chapter to go look after him.
Right.
That's how much they really care about Hale.
They didn't even send a top somebody who's already patched in. They sent a prospect.
Exactly. So maybe that's serious to them. On his little bike.
Right.
His little mini me bike. So they ain't worried about Hale like that. So, and that's why, and I think, and that's why they of course they got the backing because Unser basically they don't blackmail Unser not to retire. So Unser ain't got no choice but to stay chief, which sucks for him. Like, this man got cancer. Just let him go be and live his life.
Right.
But y'all gonna make him stay on and put his life in danger. His life already is in danger.
I mean, and the crazy part about it is, I feel like Clay, since he's the one that made the decision, is like, well, you gonna go anyway. You might as well have a couple extra dollars in your pocket to give to your kids or your grandkids, something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
I mean, that's the type of mentality.
He ain't thinking like that.
That's the type. I mean, that's the type of mentality of it. It's like, when you get into certain aspects of that world, you either going to jail or you're gonna be, sent to see Jesus. So how do you want to do it? Do you want to be in a pauper's grave, or do you want the white horses carrying your casket? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like one of those things, like how you want to be disappeared. You know what I'm saying? You want to end up in the thing like the two girls that when the ammunition place burnt up. You know what I'm saying? And then they ended up at the crematory. You know what I'm saying? Now, how you want to do this? Because there's only there's two way. Well, okay, there's two ways out. I was about to say one way in. Yeah, one way in and two ways out. Okay. And even if you go the jail route, you gotta hope that you get some protection. So if you piss Clay off, how much longer is you gonna be in jail without protection?
True. But they
and you a police officer too.
People can find a way to get protection, though. That's the thing. There's so many people in jail. I mean, that's how
but you got to make it to the people first. If you look at the way they set these episodes up, first of all, well, Unser being a police, he would probably get protective custody, but folks is in there paying off guards, as we've seen numerous times, to look the other way. Number one. So even if you got to go through the yard to make it to whoever section is you are going to seek help from, and you could literally be deleted before you get to your help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's facts. That's true.
It's like playing a game, and you got to, they ain't like what was that thing? Not pole position. I forget the name of it. But where you grab the vine and leap over the alligators and get to safety. You don't have that option. You got to go in the trenches to get to help, and you might not make it. And that goes for Unser or anybody else. That we seen it with the 19ers, the Mayans, the Suns. You know what I'm saying? Going to jail is more riskier than in being on the street. That's why they fight so hard not to go to jail, because you got all your enemies centrally located.
Yep. Hey, I mean, it's smart when you look at it in one way, but that's just lethal. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point.
But you got to pick your lesser, as they say, pick your lesser of two evils. And basically that's what the Suns, the Mayans, the 19ers, and the Nordics are doing on a daily basis. Do I want to fight people on the street where I can see them coming up on me, or am I going to be in jail when I don't know if the guards really got my back? I don't know if the other nations in there got enough beef with these people to help me.
Don't got your back then. All you got to do is kill somebody for them, unalive somebody for them, and they got your back. It's so simple of an exchange.
Even but if it has to take place. It has to take place.
Further, everybody's in. It's a deal.
Right, but the thing about it though is, you just like we sitting up here concocting a plan. Like, hey, go do this person. Somebody else is on the other side plotting on me. So it's the survival of the fittest, basically, on who gon' off who first to get the clout. But see, when you're on the streets, that's why they fight so hard to stay out of jail. When you're on the streets, you can see the enemy coming. When you in jail, everybody is the enemy.
Yep. Ain't that true?
your bunkmate, the guards, the people fixing the food can put hey, we gonna buy your mama a brand new Cadillac. We paid your daughter's tuition. We need you to mess up the oatmeal.
And it do be just like that. It's funny because it's true, but then
it's funny because it's true. Not only true on the TV show, but true in real life.
Hell yeah.
Like old boy from Money Mitch said, this happens every day, B. It happens every day.
Every day, B. Every freaking day. I know that's right.
But so, I'm gonna be here for it though. Every Monday.
Every Monday, y'all. Make sure y'all here every Monday. Okay, let me do a rundown. I think we hit everything.
I love it that you take notes because I'll be watching and looking for new stuff. I can't even take notes. I'll be so into it.
That's why you see more of. I take notes, but you have another way of having your, memory intact with what you see. That's why we tell the story so good together.
Right. They don't even have to watch the episode as good as we tell it, but we encourage y'all to watch the episode because it's fun. And it's on Hulu.
Fun when you watch it again. Like, it's something different all the time.
And if you haven't watched it, I'm excluding Maud because that's not her type of hype. But if you haven't watched it and your interest is piqued, then go back and watch it. Because every now and then, we might do a fan favorite or something, and somebody can come on and, join in on with us with the commentary if it's an explosive episode. So be sure to watch so you'll be able to join in the combo.
Absolutely. So I do want to bring up one thing that we have been going on about. Okay, so we've been going on about Tara and how she came in so she could have Jax, I don't want to give that away, but came in because we knew she needed Jax's help.
Well, let me pour me a shot for this because I know you about to go to right now.
Girl. Now that is
I was waiting on that because I said it last week. How like she acting like Gemma now.
She called you Gemma. You would know how that would sting if you watched the show.
Thank you, Miss Kamisha. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for sharing. We love you, Mama Love. Get it up. And if y'all don't follow Kamisha Reviews, y'all need to follow.
How many people we got in the chat? Because I can't see on my side.
You can't see the chat?
No, I can see the chat. I can't see the number.
We got 6 in the chat.
All right. Hey, everybody, make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, and hit the reminder bell.
Ding, ding. Even though they be playing sometimes and people don't get that thing until later, like Ellen V gonna probably come up in here later and comment and be like, I never got my notification. She be the last one to join the party, but then be having the most to say when she get here. I would have loved to have thought what she was thinking of this episode.
Okay, let's get to Tara messy ass.
I've been working. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could do background music, get something that kind of sounds like get us some good old ride music.
I gotta get a little fire lit under me. I still ain't reapplied for my because I can get it back now.
I'm gonna tell you what the Trashians did to my channel when we get off of here.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, back to Tara. Like you said, Tara's out for 2. Okay, so I forgot all about this moment, okay? It may save Tara a little bit. So, last night's episode, she went to Hale first and asked for information. No, don't do that, Dina. No. I see that look. No. As my from mama would say, extend some grace. Okay? She was
laying down the blueprint, but go ahead.
She went to Hale first and she asked him, about restraining orders and everything. And I think had he not acted so alarmed, she would have told him more. But she went to him first and asked him questions about, the restraining order and if it can still be in effect in wherever she's at, even though it's in a different state. And he told her, it depends on the state. So, but then he's like, what, is something wrong? And then he got all up on her, like, what's going on? Like, I need to know. This is my city. And so I think that kind of like when she was like, nothing. And she didn't say nothing. But that man had the nerve to call her on her work at work. He knows she a doctor. You call this woman at work to terrorize her?
But let me tell you this. Okay.
He terrorized her.
Where shall I start on this thing? First of all, there are lots of police in and out of the hospital on a regular basis. You decide to choose, because she probably know Unser dirty because he was dirty back when she was dealing with Jax. I'm almost certain. So you pick this particular cop because you think he's clean, and you ask him about the restraining order. You are setting up breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying? I asked the police officer about the restraining order. He looks into it. Now, if California is anything like Texas, if you get a restraining order in Kansas, it is valid in Texas until whatever time Kansas says it expires. Okay. Now, I don't know about California, but most states, it should, cover you wherever it is that you go. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. You are setting you're setting the stage. You are setting the stage of, I have a restraining order against this person. Now is going to come, okay, this person is harassing me. In the event this person comes up unalived, then I have set my steps. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like you see the Lifetime movies, A Battered Woman's Tired. She starts calling the police more, sometimes even when it's unnecessary, to create history and a track record. And then when she unalives him, he might have been asleep. He beat me 4 hours ago. When I came unconscious, I unalived him. She's been creating documenting incidences. So there she has in a court of law. Y'all know this is my wheelhouse right here. This my, I didn't watch 85 years of Law and Order, SVU, Criminal Intent, Special Victims, NCIS, every city that they was in, and Dexter. Okay, all 8 seasons plus New Blood. This is my area. She is setting the stage for her case. In the event she has to unalive this person, but it just so happens you got a man who vowed about it, and there you go. Because I don't want to speak on what happens.
And I just said that just to get your feathers ruffled. You're so gullible, Dina. You be going on about Tara. Damn.
No, don't get me wrong. I like Tara. I'm just saying I'm looking at it from a criminal mind, a criminal justice major, a law perspective, because once upon a time, before I got into the hotel industry that I'm in now, I went to school and graduated with a criminal justice degree and was going to go to law school, but I stayed in the hotel industry because I had 3 kids and I needed the money right now. I didn't have 3 additional years to work a minimum wage job to go further on to law school as a single parent. So that was originally my passion, which is why I can investigate and have these type of conversations and these thought processes with y'all now. So I'm just saying, sometimes when I see certain TV shows, I look at it from the mind of, what is this person really doing, especially when it involves law. She's setting the stage because she knows this person has a history of harassing her, stalking her. That's why she got the restraining order. But now she's here. And honestly, to defend Tara, she may have went to hell before Jax got to oh boy. I'll give her that. Maybe she wanted to nip it in the bud maybe show dude some police presence, get him on out of town because she knows the type of temper or the type of person Jax is. I'll give her that. There is a possibility she wanted to handle it before Jax got involved.
See, it's a possibility.
I will give you that.
But I do understand what you said. She, like I said, she been here before. She just left and came back. Don't let the white jacket fool you. You
Right.
know,
You can take the girl out the club, but you can't take the club out the girl. You hear what I said?
Love you too.
You hear what I said?
What'd you say?
Said you can take the girl out the club, but you can't take the club out the girl.
That's what I said last week. Well, I said Charlie. I said Charlie. But that is true. And she can deny it all she wants. But that's why it was so, even though she acted like she didn't want it, it was still kind of easy for her to just get sucked right into it. No, and it was after she started. All that happened was Jax had to put it on her, and then she was in there. You know,
he didn't even have to put her on her. Let me just say, the way they built this Jax character, I know men like this personally. Not that they have done this to me, but Jax could have just blew on her ear in passing, and she'd have melted all over the hospital floor. Okay. Because Jax has that swag about him.
Of course, the same thing with Wendy. All he had to do was, he said, I'll get back with, if you get clean, I'll get back with you. I bet you that would have kept her ass clean.
Let me tell you something. That girl would have been at whatever rehab Britney Spears and who whatever other 15 celebrities you can name in down in Palo Alto, California, or where Betty Ford Center, wherever. You know what I'm saying? He has that presence, you know, about him. And for him to just, you know, be close in her presence, she's like, oh, okay, I remember. You start to remember the way he smells. You remember the nostalgia of everything, yada, yada, whatever. So, like I said, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she told hell because maybe she does want to pursue a clean slate relationship with Jax. She doesn't want to be trauma bonded with him, that they have to unalive somebody or beat up somebody to have their happily ever after.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's not getting back with Wendy.
Clearly.
You know what I'm saying? But she's got this looming over her head. So let me get this out of the picture. So in the event me and Jax decide to go down that road again, it'll be clear.
Terry came back acting better than, but fell back to the spot. Terry was dripping as soon as exactly. Yep. Hey, can you blame her, baby? Can you blame her?
I ain't never even tapped that, and I was drooling over Jax. I was like, girl, let me get a napkin. What the hell wrong? Yes, Jax is very handsome. He's got that swag about him where he walks in, his presence is known, he owns the room, and all the ladies like, pick me, pick me, pick me.
Yes.
And she already knows she got a leg up over most women because they have that high school sweetheart love interest, and everybody always wonders what if it would have been blah blah blah. So she's got a leg up over any what you call them, crow feeder or some random chick off the street.
Yes, of course. And that's exactly why she didn't have to go through that process, because Jax already loved her from the get-go. But that Miss Emily bitch that he gave some to the other episode, now that's a straight up crow eater right there.
And if it wasn't for the calls, she would have never
got them draws.
Never. Never, ever. Like, she's the type, like, you got to be, excuse my language, shit face, white girl wasted, chocolate wasted, and they had a bad run, and maybe somebody got unalived, and she just happened to sit on you at the right moment at the right time. I don't think she's the type that somebody would pursue to be an old lady at any given time.
Right.
she's definitely a hit it or quit it. And granted, in that scene, that he wasn't like, stupid drunk or nothing, but that was a moment for the calls. But I guarantee you, if there were no calls involved,
You wouldn't
then
get them draws
she would
involved.
definitely. The beer goggles would have to be on. I mean, not that she's not a beautiful woman. It's just that, she been ran through.
Ran through, hit through, slid through.
It's like a slip. It's like a merry-go-round. Everybody got on had a turn.
A couple turns, like a Ferris wheel at the carnival.
Right. Everybody get on it one time.
A couple times. Ferris wheel.
We can take multiple riders.
But I think but next episode, Tara learns about her. That's when her and Tara meet and all the stuff that's gonna happen between them. But can we just give it up one more time for hashtag bike?
The baby bike. We gonna do hashtag baby. Somebody put hashtag baby bike in the chat. Hashtag baby bike.
But I'm already ready for Darby to meet Mr. Mayhem. Because he's getting on my nerves already. He's trying too hard to do something up here in these charming streets. And he needs to kick rocks and kick the bucket.
Oh, yeah. Darby got issues. You know what I'm saying? He's so slimy. Like, here's the thing. Everybody is out to do...
Thanks. Of course he is. Look at him.
Well, here's the thing. It's one thing to be about your money and, running your drugs, guns, ladies of the evening, the porn, shack, whatever. It's one thing to do all that and at least be a respectable businessman to a certain degree, right? But he is just so slimy. That's how you get poison. You know how they say don't be so thirsty. You drink from everybody's cup because that's how you get poison. That's his problem. He want to lay in bed with everybody, trying to one up this person, one up that person. And you got all of these, okay, so you got the Suns, the Mayans, the 1-9ers, and the Nordics, which he's over the Nordics.
Then, of course, you got the other special organizations, and
right.
Then you've got Hale, then you've got Agent Cole now, and then you've
right.
got
so you trying to be salty and do deals and going back on agreements to only deal with this person, only deal with that person, and you doing all this, that, and the third. And then you know what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So you double crossing all these people and think that it's not going to come back and bite you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Darby is definitely a whole racist. He is. He a racist and a half. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that.
On the neck,
but let me tell you one thing.
He got that like an S on his chest.
Right. But here, let me tell you something about in this moment on this show in real life. One thing about a racist will put their intentions or beliefs aside for one thing and one thing only, and that is Benjamin Franklin, the color green. You ask some of the most top of the line racists, well, they money green. It ain't counterfeit. The money green. Sometimes green will surpass, like, you know how they do rock, paper, scissors? Green will surpass white, black, brown, tan, peach, yellow, green, purple, whatever color people may be. Green trumps all of that every time.
All the time. On every time. Everything, period. It's no question. It's just how much. What's the price?
How much? And everybody got a price tag. Everybody got a price tag. You know what I'm saying? For example, in today's world, Darby could be the leader of the most white supremacist group out there. You know, he could have brought the KKK back, all that stuff. He could be the top of the line, whatever. And if somebody said, I will give you $1 billion to unite with whoever the top black activist is so we could end the race war and have peace in America, he would take it. Now he might be saying all in his home, on the way to the bank, rolling around in his money in the confines of his own home. But I guarantee you, from that moment on, he would never say anything derogatory about any person of color. And that's how they roll.
And that's how they roll. Very well said. I agree. And I just
like BB, I understand they'll go back to spewing hate. Oh, most definitely. But it'll be under their breath. It'll be in their home. You know what I'm saying? But they'll get on there and shake hands with Kanye and Jay-Z and Obama and Michelle, and they will put on the front and CNN and the world is happy, and they might go home and say the in 1,000 times just to get it out their system.
Mm-hmm.
But they want that money though.
Oh, they gonna get it. And not only about that though, but see how he's looking at her. And you remember what he said to her? Looking good, Gemma. Clay must be treating you right or something. Like, you just look slimy. And this look right here.
Well, let me tell you something. Okay, so you know how
he was gonna do what he did.
You know how we was talking about how Skeeter wanted Emily since high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that Gemma is a woman that everybody wanted, but they could not attain. So everybody, so everybody in the area kind of knows each other. It's a small town with neighboring towns or, whatever. So I do believe that Gemma has that air about her and men still lust after her 20, 30 years down the road or whatever. Like, dang, what I'm saying?
Clearly,
he been in love with her for 40 years.
Shoot.
So yeah, so I'm pretty sure
married to her. Like, she was was everything for her.
Whatever time we got to the Sons of Anarchy, that or even prior to John, Gemma was very much a woman that was sought after. I believe it. I mean, look at her now. She's Clay's old lady, but she's still banging. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take that away from Gemma. She's still banging. Her body's still intact. She keep her hair flawless. She got a new wig. You know what I'm saying? She take care of her scalp. Skin and makeup is not too much. She's not looking all Tammy Faye Baker-ish and stuff. Yeah, Gemma is that girl. Or that woman, I should say. She's that woman.
She is that woman. Yes, she is everything. Like, she is known throughout that entire, the entire
community, and I'm sure the neighboring areas. So because if you notice all the time, there
don't you think you the prettiest one in the room, boo? As you should. But
I know I do.
I know I am.
Everybody, take a little sippy sip, because we the baddest of the baddest in everybody's own right. Because if you don't think you look good, nobody else will think you look good.
Boom.
I always want to give somebody a little motivational. You know what I'm saying? Wake up every morning. Brush your teeth, look in the mirror, say, I am that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together and walk out into the world and take over.
Yes, ma'am. Like,
I'm telling you, it does. I'm telling y'all, anybody don't believe me that's in the chat, get up every morning for 7 days in a row. Wash your face, brush your teeth, get your face together, whatever. And before you walk out the door, look in the mirror and say, I am that bitch. I am going to take over the world today. And I guarantee you, in a week, you will feel so much better about yourself, so much better about your opportunities, so much better about your job, whatever. You can conquer anything if you believe that you can.
Oh, who run the world?
Girls, who run the world? Okay, so sorry. I'm sorry. I just had a little motivational moment. Don't pay me no mind.
It's Monday. What other day should you have it?
It's Motivational Monday. Yes, it is.
Motivational Monday, baby.
You're going to have to send me that clip. You're going to have to clip it and send it to me.
What clip?
Like when we're done.
Oh. Yes, I need to start doing that and put it on IG too. I forget how to do it. You're going to have to remind me.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me close the door.
All of that. But all I know is what we got to come. I'm excited about that. It's almost time for that one scene, the burn the back scene.
Oh, that's like when the next one. I want to talk
about that, but the burn the back scene, that's coming up soon. And just think about how Darby's looking at Gemma right there. Like at that very moment, he was like, I'm gonna blank.
And he could never own his best day because Gemma's standards is way too high.
Hello.
But he can wish. He can have one wish like Ray J. He can wish.
I guess we all can wish. I guess you're right. But
matter of fact, I'm going to send my telepathic powers to one wish so that Jax can show up. No, let me behave.
I'm trying. But okay, yes.
I'm going to behave.
I'm going to have to start getting a picket from every episode of just him just looking fine. Because I don't think he's in none of my...
Yes. Oh, I like this comment. It said from BB. It says, I get it, but Gemma was delusional. She was competing with Jax's baby mama and Tara. Yes.
Of course. And she knows she never could. That's the problem. She knew she never could. So she tried everything that she could to make herself feel better. That's why she would act a certain way that he do, because she always just wanted the attention from Jax. All the time. She just wanted that
all
attention.
The time.
She didn't seek as much as she seeks it from Jax.
She needed his praise, his attention, his respect. But BB, I get what you're saying about Clay. But see, Clay is the president of the club. It's not necessarily about visual standards. It's about his status and the power that he had. And see,
no, because she had the power, but she went and got rid of JT. Was far more finer than Clay.
I get that. That's what I'm saying. But she was, Clay might got platinum. He got the magic stick because that's why they got into the situation they in now.
True.
Magic stick, magic, whatever. Right. So I'm just saying.
You're right. When you're right. That's true.
But see, the Nordic dude don't have no power like Clay got power, like JT had power. That's why I said that he wouldn't meet her standards, not as far as looks or how he would treat her. But Gemma is like, once you fall first class, I'm not going back to coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she was with JT, who was the president. She met and was messing around with Clay. She liked whatever he was doing. Okay, we got to get rid of Clay because you got to be president because I can't blank down. You know what I'm saying? You have to upgrade.
Right. But she's
not the watermelon shaped head.
Like she can have whatever she wants. The woman is freaking gorgeous. So, I mean, even she
said that man got a watermelon head. Lord Jesus. Go get in the bed. Go night. Go get in the bed. Ooh, Jesus, not the watermelon head. Boy, I'm going to be so tipsy, but I'll be ready to go to sleep by the time we get off of here. Well, but I got time today.
I got so many more shows to watch. I have to catch up now that Big Brother is over. It's time
Congratulations to Taylor.
Taylor, hell. Another hell. Taylor Hale won. Not only did she win the game, but she also got America's Favorite Player, which has never been done in the history of Big Brother. So she made history. She made history she just made history last
And
night.
she is the first African American female to win a non-celebrity Big Brother. Say what, girl? Walk proud. You better walk,
Period.
walk.
Period. Yes. So congratulations to her, and piss off to all of the peasants. I thought that they could come for the Queen Taylor in that house. Like, Paloma is eating her heart out right now. Like, I know she feel ill sick. Paloma and Nicole and Daniel, whatever, I don't even care. But yeah, so congratulations to Taylor Hill, the winner of Big Brother, doing it for Black excellence. Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, y'all, I think that concludes the third episode.
We have so much fun over here. If y'all don't tell y'all friends to tell a friend to tell a friend and get over here for the fun.
Well, just one more time for the most violent. This is Tig with the piece of ear in his mouth. He's about to chuck it out of his mouth at this very moment.
Mike Tyson,
I bet Tig would have loved to do this.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been the happiest go luckiest person if he had been the one to do that.
Yes.
He probably would have kept the balls for himself. He wouldn't have even shipped them.
He probably would have had them bronzed or something and put them on the mantle, girl. But girl, when he ripped that off his chest and you saw them red staple marks.
Now you know you had to be deeply sedated for you to sleep through and not know that you got staple on you. Come on, Staples.
Mm-hmm.
Staples.
And all he had on was his combat boots after the fact. Poor little Tink Tink.
The way he just picked it off, it was so gross. It's like you can't even do nothing because you know you messed up. Like, where did he have the clips anyway?
He never got to the clips. The clips was on the floor around him. Like he had the guns in the bag, and I don't know if they grabbed just like one clip or something was on the pool table, and then they cut to the scene where he had the pills, and it was pills on the floor and pills in the bag, and then all the clips was on the floor.
Yeah. Damn, Juice. But that sets him up good for what we see happens to him later on.
Yep, yeah.
And hell, he's got himself a new friend.
And that friend, he just using folks to get clout on his own name.
Yep. And then Tara, she's just out to get Gemma, and Wendy's knows she's fucked up, and it's just too much.
But I'm mad that Wendy been in this hospital this whole time and her eyebrows are still on fire. Okay? Her eyebrows is pop in.
He said, I ain't going out like that. Y'all ain't gonna do me.
You're not gonna do me.
Not gonna do me.
Eyeliner is still popping, a little smudge, but she was still looking good though.
But you know, when her and Gemma were talking, Wendy and Gemma, when Gemma went back to see her again, and you know, the way she was talking to Gemma, Wendy know how Gemma cut too.
Mm-hmm. Who don't know? Everybody know Gemma is cut from a different cloth.
Yes.
But we can go on ahead and wrap it up so we can get ready for episode 4 next week, next Monday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Y'all know what it is, and thank y'all for joining us tonight. We'll see y'all next Monday. And we out this nasty thing.